Well, hey, it's good to see you again. My name is Jada Ben, and welcome back to another Wax Showcase video where the future is now, old man.
How's your shirt changing? And why do I look seedier?
Yeah, it might be a little confusing, but I'm Future Ben. How about I let Past Ben explain the concept? Today is April Fool's Day, but we're doing something a little bit differently. The premise of today's episode is simple, in the sense that I ordered a blind bag from Nuclear War Now a couple of days ago. It arrived at my door in this lovely Nuclear War Now tote bag. Inside of this tote bag are 5, maybe 6 items that are not easily identifiable. Some of these are test presses, some of these are distro titles, some of these are Nuclear War Now titles yet to be released, some of these are items that we can't identify, some of these are American, some of these are international, and so many other things. But today in the past, I'm going to open and blind react to them, and I'm going to tell you what I think about them in the future. Present? Whatever. I'm ready. Past Ben, hope you're ready. Let's get right into it. The suspense is killing me, folks. I've been waiting a couple of days to do this. So it's been sitting right here with my record crates, and I haven't had the chance to look at it. The suspense has been killing me, considering what I know about some of these records, but I don't know exactly what they are. So, he has stacked them front, facing you guys. First, the last one towards me is the bonus 6th item. So, without any further ado, the first record is Merciless Savagery. Wasn't this fun? It's okay, so little fun story about this. I actually know one of the main songwriters behind this band, as she plays in True Iron Will. We're going to be seeing these guys open for Invunche at the Lost Well. Actually, you know what? Funny enough, as the day this episode comes out. So that's going to be even funnier. We may actually come back to this. I actually may get this one Sight of the Future. We may cross base in the future. But that's really funny. This is Skin on Fire. I don't know what year this came out. But that is extremely interesting. So the guitarist of this project, Hellbitch Commando, was previously a guitar player for True Iron Will. She is no longer, but she's shared some of my stuff in the past, so we've had some positive interactions. Hope she's doing well. Hope she finds this video a little bit funny. But in the sense, we're seeing them live the very day that this video is coming out, so that's fun. Okay. This particular record kind of comes in this like gatefold, wallet fold kind of thing, which is interesting. Standard black vinyl. Oh, it's numbered. Okay. 29 of 50. Okay. This might be a distro title then. I'm not sure if this is a test press or not, but Future Ben will be able to tell you. I have no real knowledge of this project, apart from that it exists, and that I know one of the members, which is very interesting. She had a lot of influence in the Austin scene, especially being with True Iron Will, so yeah. Hey Future Ben, what do you think? Right you are, Past Ben. Merciless Savagery with Skin on Fire, released in 2024, independently, later pressed on vinyl in 2025, still released independently. This was done by Helios, and as I come to later identify, this was not a test press. This was a limited independent release done by the band themselves in 2025 that was limited to 50 copies. It came on this awesome, really cool fold-over jacket, once again, with the hand-stamped labels there. It's actually this kind of like brownish black marble color. I'm not sure if that's visible or if it was visible back then either, but I'm looking at this in sunlight, and it's definitely this sort of brownish black marble edition, which that's actually really cool because, again, I didn't see it back then. The record clocks in just about 25 minutes. I enjoyed this on my way to work, and then also a little bit when I got home the very same day. This features a lot of really cool chromatic riffs that kind of had that sort of creator-inspired, where it just descends and trills and whatnot. Hellbitch Commando, her vocals and her musicianship on this is absolutely incredible. CC Bonebreaker makes this record just sound absolutely huge. Some of the intros on this track just makes it driving and powerful just throughout. Just absolutely tasty drum work on here. just an incredible record from top to bottom. Some of my favorite cuts on this record include Master Defiler, Conjurations, Incest, Bleeding for Satan, and Infernal Majesty, just to name a few. Again, as I mentioned in the past, I'm going to be seeing them as the very day that this video comes up, so you can definitely expect some footage from this concert in the very, very near future. Again, I'm recording this a couple days before that, so haven't gotten it signed, but maybe we'll touch back on this in a future Wax Showcase video. But yeah, definitely really enjoyed this record, and I'll definitely be checking out the rest of this band's material. I hope they'll have some more out soon, because I did really enjoy this, and I had the pleasure of getting to go back through this band's discography just a little bit. Merciless Savagery with Skin on Fire. Back to you, Past Ben. Time for record number 2. Well, hey, thank you, Future Ben. That was a fun pick, wasn't it? Merciless Savagery. Definitely a very interesting cut. We may have to come back to that one in the future. Hopefully we'll do some more talking about it. Maybe you'll see some of their footage up on the channel. As of right now, I'm not sure, but in the future, definitely we'll know for sure. Anyways, that's cool. Record number 2. Okay. This one's a test press. I can see just by the top of it, but oh, it's one of the okay. It's one of the Helios test presses. Okay, that's fun. Solid black jacket. As you can see, nothing on the back here. Let's do a little digging, shall we? Okay. They come in these really cool. You can see on the inside of that the Helios logo pressed on it. I'm not seeing any easily identifiable information, but I know for a fact it's on this blue marbled LP. The inner matrix number is Anti-Goth 771, which I'm curious if this is the really cool one, because my brother mentioned that one of the Helios ones was really cool. I wonder if this is the one he's talking about. Hey, Future Ben, would you mind taking over? Hey, Past Ben, you goofball, you were holding the jacket upside down the whole time. This is how you're supposed to hold it. The second record in this is actually a band that I was loosely familiar with, so it was really cool to actually have this, and considering a record that my brother introduced me to. This is Blood of Kingu with Sun and the House of the Scorpion, originally released in 2010 on Candlelight Records, later reissued in 2025 on Nuclear War Now Records. There is a 2020 Osmos production as well that was CD, cassette, and a couple vinyl colors as well. And my brother actually does own one of those, but he couldn't find it for this video, but that's perfectly okay. I got the cover. I'll put the actual cover on screen over this so you can see. Really cool artwork. This band is out of Ukraine and features members of Druk and Hate Forest, both current and former members of both projects. So this was actually a very interesting dive, and getting a test press for a record like this that I was actually kind of loosely familiar with is actually really fun. I did ask my brother if this was the record that he was really excited about. He did think this was cool, but this was not the one he was talking about. We'll get to that in just a moment. This was again pressed by Helios. There is no specified limitation for this that I was able to identify, but the fact that it's not on Discogs tells me that it is probably a low number. My guess is somewhere between 20 copies and below. I'd say maybe even 10 and below, just because some of those test presses, especially from Helios, seem to go really quickly. I could not find any information on this one in the slightest. And once again, it came on this blue marbled edition that was exclusive to the test press edition of it. There was a black vinyl, there was a random colored vinyl, there was a yellow vinyl. All of those were in the varyings of about 100 to 300 copies each. So definitely really cool. I know some copies of this record are still available, so I'll link to the yellow copy down in the description, and also the Bandcamp that you can go stream this as well. I had a great time listening to this. It's got a little bit of that sort of Druk style to it, but it kind of goes a little more Black and Death into places, and you can definitely tell that they take some influence from Beherit, in the sense that they covered the song The Gate of Nana as the very last song on this record. It absolutely destroys, and I'm really happy to hear some more Beharit in my life, because I really, really like Beharit, especially after seeing them last year. Some favorite cuts on this record include Those That Wander Amidst the Stars, Guardians of Gateways to Outer Void, Ceremonies to I Wake Thy Ageless Hate, and of course, that Beharit cover that I mentioned just a few minutes ago. An incredible record. I'm very, very happy to have this, and hopefully we'll get some more of this. Maybe we'll talk about the record again a little bit more in the future, but in the meantime, this was a really, really cool test press to have. Blood of Kingu, Sun in the House of the Scorpion. I hope future Ben's excitement is very, very palpable, because as of right now, in the past, I don't really know much about it. I hope it's cool. I'm optimistic. The third item in this bag is another Helios test press. So we're probably going to be getting a little bit more of the same. Probably no easily identifiable information based on the outside cover. Let's see what this one's about. Yeah, no identifiable matrix or title on this one. It's on this cool red smoke edition. Definitely a little dirty, but that's probably just because of the inner jacket. The matrix number for this one is Antigoth 763. So just before the previous one, at the very least. I don't know about maybe release schedule or not, but that one's pretty cool. Again, future Ben will have some more information, so how about I let him take over? The third record in this bag is definitely the big catch of this bag, and past Ben may not have realized, but future Ben knows it now. You may not be able to tell by the cover here. I'll put the actual record on screen there. This is Vaughn with Blood Angel, released in 2003 as part of the Satanic Blood Angel compilation, released in 2003 on Nuclear War Now Records, later reissued in 2009 as a standalone, independently in a digital format, and later reissued in 2025 by Nuclear War Now Productions. This one was an absolute gem to find. As I mentioned before, with the Blood of Kingu release, there is no limitation specified on this guy, but it comes on 190 gram red with black marble vinyl, which matches the Die Hard edition from the very same time. Once again, I'll put the cover on the screen there so you can see. This is the band that basically started American black metal to a very, very vast degree. They started in Hawaii, and I believe they moved to Washington in the 2010s after reforming. This was right before the band reformed, so it's actually very interesting to see. Once again, the limitation on this is definitely not known, and my guess is probably less than 20 copies as well, maybe less than 10, considering, again, it's not on Discogs in any form or fashion. It's definitely on the more raw side and only clocking in at about 10-ish minutes, give or take. But the vocals on this are incredible. Goat did a really, really good job on it. The drums done by Snake are just super, super fast and super, super driving. Once again, as any black metal record should be. This, I believe, was actually the last thing he recorded for Vaughn before he just kind of disappeared from music entirely. If y'all know any more about the work that he's done after Vaughn, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and maybe we'll amend this in the future. But the bass work on this is actually from a member known as Kill, who is Joe Allen, who would later join Autopsy from 2010 to 2021. I never got to see him with Autopsy. We only caught him about a year or so after the fact, but it's very interesting to see that that was sort of one of his first bands was playing with Vaughn, of all bands. It's just really, really cool from top to bottom. One more time, in case I do any odd cuts, it comes on this awesome red and black marbled edition. I know it's a little dark in here. I'll try to fix it in post to the best of my ability, but this red and black marbled edition that does match the Die Hard edition itself. Definitely a really, really cool record. Some favorite tracks on this one are Release, Blood Angel, and Vent. I highly recommend trying to find a copy of this record if you can. I'm going to leave a link to the streamable version on Bandcamp, as well as any copies of this I can find on Nuclear War Now's website. Anyways, Vaughn with Blood Angel. Past Ben, what's next? Pretty cool so far. I think we got a pretty good track record going here. Again, going into this completely blind, you know, things could be better, things could be worse. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about these bands, but hey, that's what the future is for. Anyways, the fourth item in this particular thing. Okay, there's my bonus item. Okay, next one is a white label test press. Oh, Oxblood. Oxblood, Under the Boot. Okay, so I do know a little bit about this band. They're an oi punk band, I believe out of New York City, just off my general recollection. They played a show at the Rip Coffee Garage in Austin. Not a particular venue that I'm very fond of due to some past controversy, but I can at least say with certainty that the name rings a bell. I kind of remember them being described to me in a similar vein to Bet and Arme. So this is just a standard black vinyl test press. This is a Donaldson record pressing test press. Yeah, also a little dirty, but and I like some oi punk, so especially like Bets and Arme. Now that's an interesting August 16th. I think that says 2028. Maybe I'm not supposed to talk about this one. I don't know. I'll do a little more digging, but hey, we'll come back to that in the future. Then, the fourth record in this one was also a pleasant surprise in the form of Oxblood, Under the Boot, and I will preface, plus More Violence, the compilation from 2024 on Nuclear War Now Productions. I know in the video in the past I said October 16th of 2028, though I am now convinced that that is a 4 because this was right about the time when this got announced. 2028 would make sense in the sense that it was a 35th anniversary edition of the Oxblood Under the Boot EP, but the track listing lined up exactly with the compilation. So unless this is something coming out and being reissued in 2028, I'm fairly confident that this is the 2024 test press with an unknown limitation. I have swapped the jacket out for one of my awesome MoFi sleeves, as well as a cool outer jacket, but it comes on this awesome 180 gram black vinyl from Donaldson Press. This features the EP in full on the A side, as well as a bunch of miscellaneous split material, as well as an unreleased Peel sessions entirely on the second half of the A side, as well as the B side itself. This is just some driving oi punk that kind of matches the UK style of the sort of 70s, 80s, maybe a little bit of the early 90s as well. There's the full cover of the record there on the screen, so if you want to go ahead and try to find it. Here's the EP artwork, and here's the compilation artwork. The EP itself was first released in 1993 on Headache Records in a 7-inch form, which was just only 4 songs, but the bonus material was released ranging from 1992 to 1994 on miscellaneous labels and whatnot, but I'll leave the Discogs page in the description so you can go down and take a look and see what all of this is corresponding to. This was a pre-Helios endeavor. This took place during the pre-orders for the steel plate edition, which I do have one, is the Departure Chandelier edition. I know Yosuke threw some work at Donaldson while Helios in Texas was being built. So that is a cool thing, cool little relic, a cool little timestamp, little capsule in time, so to speak. The main EP of this release is just insanely fun. It's punk rock with a lot of these sing, chant-along choruses. The title track, Under the Boot, with a chorus line, Oxblood, Oxblood, we are here, which is just awesome. I can see a bunch of people chanting along to that. Once again, I mentioned I had the chance of seeing them here in Austin, but the venue I don't really agree with in a political sense, and they've had a lot of controversy around them, so I chose not to go to that show, but hopefully Oxblood will swing back through here at some point. Maybe we'll get some footage of them. Once again, I mentioned that they were in a similar vein to Bet and Arme, but these guys have a more UK influence, where Bet and Arme is more of a French influence from about the same time frame, and I think that Bet and Arme does a little more of those kind of chorus things going on here, though you do get a little bit of a triple oi special on the track Ruthless Violence on the A side, track A7. The song Diehards is just an absolute anthem. That is a sheer punk anthem. I love that song. I've just been kind of humming it on and off just for the last day or two. It's absolutely incredible. Track A8, Working Class Live, kind of gives me that little bit of that Motorhead kind of speed metal vibe, though again a little more punky than anything else. I'm just saying this mainly in the musicianship and everything like that. The side A ends with Working Class Life, and it does just kind of cut kind of weird, so I don't know if that was an intentional choice or whatnot, or if that is a pressing thing that did eventually get fixed for the full record itself. The bonus material is also just an absolute whale of a time. I just had a blast listening to this record from top to bottom. My favorite songs on this is track A1, Traders. B1 is also the same song as the Peel Sessions version. I like the mix on the B1 version a little bit better, but I think the vocals on the A1 side are a little more driving, so take that what you will. If you like one more than the other, that's all right. Track A4, which is the EP version of Oxblood, the title track. Die Hards from the A5, which is the 1993 compilation version, and then also Working Class Life. I'm talking about the B8 track, which is the Templars split version, I think. That has just an incredible sax solo. It's mixed so darn well. I highly recommend going out of your way to find this. I hope Nuclear War Now will reissue this at some point, because I know there was a 500 copy press on black vinyl, there was an 80 copy press on red vinyl, and then this. So really cool to have this. I know not a lot of people do. Again, I specify probably about 10 copies if I had to take a guess. But Oxblood, Under the Boot, plus more violence. Past Ben, let's get to that fifth record, shall we? Just said, oh, here comes Oxblood. We're gonna go real dark in here. Little Oxblood in our life, you know? That's pretty cool. Appreciate it, Future Ben. Thank you for telling me all about it. Okay. We have one more major item, and we got a bonus item. So, that's fun. Item number 5, and the fifth item, the final item, that I paid for. Okay. Definitely a test press. Let's get my camera to stop reflecting, but test press. Normally there would be a sticker or something down here. So no clue on that front. Oh, I'm stupid. He says that as there's a sticker right down here. Title is Pseudo Chaos, with a release date, or at least a pressing date of the 5th of May 2024. Not sure if you can see right down there. I always remember those being year date format. I'll put it on screen, of course, if I'm incorrect. Let's break into this guy and see what it's all about. See if we can get any more identifiable information. Not seeing any matrix info on side A. There's something for side B. It says xvinylx.com, and man, that's hard to spot. 283043E2A. Okay, that's a matrix runout, but just a simple white label test press. I have a feeling that this was the one that my brother said was going to be more of a scavenger hunt than anything else. So let's see what Future Ben is able to identify. The fifth record in the bag was Pseudo Chaos, which didn't have an artist name on the sticker here, but I have identified it as the group Necrogosto from Chile. This release was released in 2023 on Morbid Ways to Die Records, later reissued in 2024 by Nuclear War Now Records. There's the artwork for you. Pretty cool artwork, all things considered. The band hails from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and this is the band's second EP. This release itself from Nuclear War Now Records is the EP on the A side and the band's 2017 demo on the B side, but I'm primarily just going to focus on the A side of this because that is what this record was marketed as. This release does kind of give me vibes from Sarcophago in the instrumental sense, and the vocals do touch kind of that Beharet bass from time to time. I don't know if the vocals are pitched or not, because it does kind of also give me a little bit of a gore grind kind of thing going on. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it's really fun all the same. The demo is a little bit more or less the same thing, but I don't think the vocals were as bad. That's just my personal opinion. The samples on this record, I will just mention the intro, the outro, and I believe there's an interlude track in here as well, have this very sinister, unnerving part, and that was a huge highlight for me just because you felt uneasy, and I feel like in black metal that is something that should be taken advantage of. They do kind of lean a little bit kind of in the death metal side just a little bit, but in places it is just insane, just driving hard black metal from Chile. The fun band names from this, because doing a little research on this group itself, we have Tom Noctemerian Perpetual Disorder on bass. He is also known as Tom Thrashcrest in other projects, so I thought that was really, really funny. Good old Tommy Thrashcrest. You got BB Crazy on drums. You have Perverser of the Holy Order on guitars, and the long-named boy of the group, Bestial Goat of Abominations and Reverberant Chaos of Morbid Screams on vocals. There's not a lot known about these particular members, such as full names, but most of these guys are from Brazil, from the best of my identification. My favorite songs on this record were Rotten Orders of Messiah's Crucifixion, Cemetery of the Living, and Black Church. Highly recommend going out of the way to find this. Once again, I couldn't find a limitation specified for this, but I think it's probably about 20 copies, give or take. Either way, definitely worth checking out. Necrogosto with Sui Chaos. Hey Ben, I know there's one more. Why don't you go ahead and open that and react to it? Hey, that's fantastic that we actually were able to find something about it. Man, glad future Ben's there to tell you all about it. Anyways, in the sixth and final bonus item for this edition of Wax Showcase is none other than this. Okay, so I remember giving my brother this archival sleeve because it didn't come in anything. It came as a bonus. I think he said in the Merciless Savagery LP, but I'll put that on screen in case I got the context wrong, because again, I never got to see this before now. Okay, it's definitely got some center labels on it. It definitely needs a cleaning. I'm not sure if you can see it is covered in dust. I will take care of that when we come back to it. But the matrix number is Antigoth 744, I think. Of course, I'll have Future Ben correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty cool. Standard black vinyl. Almost dropped it on the floor, but it looks like it's already been dropped on the floor. Future Ben, what you got for us? That's right, past men, we got a bonus item. That bonus item is none other than Invunche with Avatismo, released in 2024 on Nuclear War Now Records. Mine, of course, came sans cover, so I'll go ahead and put that on the screen there for you. This is a group out of, originally, the one member, El Invunche, was born in Chile. I believe he emigrated over to the Netherlands and then started the project itself. This is the first press black vinyl on 180 gram black vinyl. There was no limitation specified, but again, if I'm going from about the era, it's probably somewhere in the range of 500 to 700 copies. But once again, couldn't find any information on that. This record is nothing short of monstrous from start to finish. El Invunche does all of the vocal work, all of the guitar work, all the drums, bass, everything. And it sounds so dang good. It sounds tighter than every single record that I just talked about in this video. So if you're going to go out of your way to find to listen to a record, I definitely highly recommend this one itself. It's anthemic, it's driving. There's an 11-minute song, track 3, which is El Lal, which is just an absolutely incredible track, and it does not slow down in the slightest. It does have its moments, sort of ups and downs, but it never grinds to a halt. It just keeps going. The song Onto as an opener is just so dang good. I couldn't help but bang my head. It's funny because we mentioned Merciless Savagery at the very beginning of this. We're going to be seeing these guys headlining with Merciless Savagery at the Lost Well on the very, very day that this video comes out. So expect some footage probably in the next month or so. Either way, the song Onto did get rehashed in a bunch of other songs. You do kind of get these moments here and there, but I feel like that just makes this more of a cohesive record than anything else. I had an absolute blast listening to this record, and I have a feeling that you would too. Some recommendations from this record song-wise are Onto, El Sol, Ultimo Dias, and El Huaso. Highly recommend checking them out. I cannot wait to see what these guys do next. We're going to be touching back with these guys in the very, very near future. I know past Ben doesn't know it, but future Ben, present Ben, is enjoying this record quite a bit. So stay tuned for more Invunche on the channel. Invunche, Avatismo. Well, that's awesome. Hey, thank you, future Ben. Thank you to Nuclear War Now. Thank you to Yosuke and whoever else was involved in this little promotion for making a really, really cool concept. Hopefully we'll do something like this maybe again in the future, but thank you to future Ben. Thank you to you for watching. Thank you. Appreciate it. We just hit 150 subscribers, so this is kind of the 150 subscriber special, April Fool's special. This was a fun idea. I had to postpone the last Wax Showcase video because I was a little bit sick, but hey, I think this kind of makes up for it, doesn't it? Anyways, stay safe, stay metal. I'll see you next time.